Hello everybody. So we're going to have a WebQuest project. I'm very excited for this project. This is going to be for English 9 and English 10 students. So if you're not in that grade level, then you are watching the wrong video. So let's get started. So in your email, I'm going to email you a link. Within that link, that's where you're going to find the survey, which is what you'll need to fill out. So here I emailed it to myself so I can show you. It's gonna be under English 910 WebQuest Project 1. And then if you look on the right side, it's gonna say fill out form. So just go ahead and click on that email. On this email, it will give you instructions. Okay, and so you'll see this. Please click on the following link. So there's a link. So there's a few steps you need to remember. First step is work with a partner, but each submits the survey. Answer all of the questions in your notes and fill in the blanks in the survey. Each group member needs to answer their own reflection. So each reflection will be different after submitting survey. Okay, so the reflection portion needs to be created by each individual, not as a group. Okay, so that's key right there. Also, be prepared to present to class about your findings by using a visual aid. So the visual aids can include a Prezi presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, a poster board, anything. We just need a visual. And then have fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the link. And so this is what is going to pop up. Okay, so the project is called Is Poetry Vocabulary Found in Classic or Modern Poetry? Okay, so on here you'll also have instructions as to what you need to do. But the main thing you need to do is choose 3 vocabulary words. Okay. Fill out this information as well, like your first name, last name, who's your partner's name, what class period you're in, and then choose the 3 vocabulary words that you're going to use. Remember, just 3 vocabulary, not all of them, not 5, not 2, but just 3. Okay? And then these questions right here, how do I know what is classic poetry and what is modern poetry? You need to write those in your notes and answer those questions, okay? So I've provided some links where you can find those answers to those questions. So if you go right here, the little arrows, just the drop down option, it's going to give you a list of links, okay, that you can use to answer these questions. I've also provided some videos, okay? So you would answer the question, is this poem classic or modern? Which vocabulary term applies in this poem? Okay. Who is this? Is he classic or modern poetry, right? Oh, look who we have. We have the Simpsons, right? You're going to watch that video and determine whether that's classic or modern, right? Same thing. So there's a few poets in here, videos as well. Go ahead and take a look at those and determine as a group with your partner whether that's considered classic poetry or modern poetry, okay? Now, one of the poems that you choose needs to be classic, okay? And then the other 2 have to be modern. Or one has to be modern and the other 2 have to be classic, okay? And within those poems, you need to determine the vocabulary word that's within those poems. Okay, so you're going to fill in the box. So within the survey, you're going to fill in your answers in here. So name the vocabulary word, name the title of the poem, and include the author's name. State whether the poem is a classic or modern poem. Lastly, which part in the poem shows how the vocabulary word relates. Okay, so you have to make that connection between the vocabulary word and whether that term is being used within the poem and if it's a classic or modern poem. Okay, so if you notice, there's only 3 of those boxes, okay, because we're only doing 3 vocabulary words. Okay, so this section right here under as partners find classic poetry and modern poetry, that's the part where you will be working together. Okay, now in this bottom portion, individual reflection, is where each person needs to write their own reflection. Okay, so even though you started the project as a group, you're going to each write your own reflection. So within your reflection, you're going to write your individual response down below. Make sure that each partner writes their own reflection, at least 4 to 6 sentences, okay? And so the questions you're going to answer is, which poem did you relate with the most and why? Also, which vocabulary term did you like the most or did you dislike the most and why? Okay? Pretty simple questions, but this is going to demonstrate what you thought about the vocabulary terms and if you learned anything new. After you fill this out, you're just going to click submit and you will be done. Pretty easy. I will go ahead and get the results from your survey, okay, automatically generated to myself. Now I'm going to show you the rubric as well, which is going to show you what you will be graded on. Let me go ahead and change, well, wait a second, can't move it around, but as you will see right here, we have a 4, which is got it, 3, almost got it, 2, need more information, 1, not yet, right? So vocabulary terms, you chose 3 poetry vocabulary terms from the list, provided evidence from the online sources to support vocabulary use in the poems. Group notes, you wrote group notes in Cornell style, wrote all of the numbered questions from the survey on the group notes, wrote all of the responses to the numbered questions on the group notes, right? And the individual reflection, remember, answered all of the reflection questions, provided the title and author name of poem, explained why the student made a personal connection to the poem, identified which poetry vocabulary term the student liked the most or disliked the most and explained why, wrote individual reflection, right? And then group presentation, this is the final step you need to do, which is as a group, you need to present to the class, next class, what it is that you learned, okay? So you need to have a visual, and you can use either Prezi or PowerPoint or a poster board, okay? And so you're going to be graded on whether all members speak during the presentations and whether your responses during the presentation match with the survey, okay? Also has to be under 2 minutes, and we have to make sure that all group members can be heard clearly, okay? We don't want to just hear mumble. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and ask me during class or after class or before class, or send me an email. I'm going to post this video also on our class website, and then you should be good to go, okay? Well, have fun with this, and I'll see you next class. Oh yes, project is due next class, so make sure you have it all done. Thank you.